So we're rolling?
We're rolling, and it's windy.
Yes, yeah.
It's like
rolling and blowing.
Blowing like crazy out there today.
Yeah.
We're going to do something different today.
Okay.
Instead of, we are at the KJ Studios.
Right.
You know, the mega complex.
Yeah.
And
home of the Hennessey update.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Not to be confused with the Dr. Wood show.
So will you have in the background where we are anyway? So will it be like the background will be us, like in those infinity things that go on forever?
No, we're just like in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So do they see the green? So are they seeing the green screen?
You know
Or
what?
are they
I'm going to
seeing
show
something
you
on
what
there?
this really looks like, okay?
Yeah.
There's a green screen here,
Yeah.
and we put stuff so we don't have to travel around.
Yeah.
So now we're in the KJ Studios.
Right.
Very good. Today's show is made possible by the Hennessey Post. We are now the official Hennessey newspaper. And this is a, not to be confused with
The previous
Hennessey
Hennessey
newspaper.
newspaper, which in its day was a great publication, but I think it's just been
Well, what
unseated.
that is, what the Hennessey Clipper is, I was actually talking to the owner, Paul Albach,
Yeah.
recently about it, and his thing is, he's all about politics. So the Hennessey Clipper is not the Hennessey paper anymore.
Okay.
It's a monthly publication that talks about politics in Northwest Oklahoma. And it goes all the way up, like Woodward kind of
So
space.
it's more regional.
It's a regional political information paper.
So it should say the regional Clipper.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah. He just happened to keep the name Hennessey Clipper. So it literally has nothing to do with Hennessey unless there's something politically going on here.
And everybody wants to be a part of Hennessey.
Yeah, so this is the new Hennessey paper. And I've talked about this before, but now it's like really real. This is the All About Hennessey Post. And it's in full color.
Very nice.
It's on nice paper. Well, it's actually not on paper yet. It looks like about the first of the year, we're going to actually be printing it and distributing it.
Still a digital
Distributing it around
publication.
town. And it does all kinds of tricks. Let me just show you. Here's how it works and how it's so cool. Step one, go to allaboutHennessey.com and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, and in the lower right corner, you simply put in your email, your first name, last name, and click sign up. Every Wednesday morning, it will show up in your email. Click or tap on the paper and it'll open up. Step 3. When it opens, you have some options and tools. Along the bottom, there are several little menus, some thumbnails, zoom in and out, and this is the most important one, the full screen button. Click on it, it pops it to full screen. What makes this different is this is an interactive paper. So when you see a link or hover over something, it'll take you to more information or even play a video. Or any of our advertisers, and it will take you to their website to see their specials. Now, it presents best on a computer or a tablet, but works well on a phone. And of course, there are classifieds. I forgot about Mike! And we're back!
Well, this is good stuff. The only thing is a lot of what I was going to talk about, you have already put in the paper. So is this out? So I'm going to be giving like old news?
Talk fast.
Okay.
You'll catch up.
I will do that. Kind of like verbal time travel.
Yes. Well, and that's the cool thing about this. We have people that watch all our networks. You know, we've got there are so many ways that we reach out, and the big reason that we're doing an actual paper now is the struggle we have with Facebook. Mm-hmm. And most people don't realize it, but we'll post 5 to 7 things a day on Facebook, and the average person only sees about 2, because Facebook tells us who sees what, or tells you what you get to see.
Right.
So this removes that middleman.
Yep.
Now we can talk directly to you on the allaboutHennessey.com YouTube channel, allaboutHennessey.com website, and the All About Hennessey Post.
Very nice.
And so, cool.
When will you start having comics? You promised
Yeah, we
comics.
might have to draw them
So-
ourselves because
Well-
syndicated comics are like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, expensive.
What a great project for a high school publishing class or something like
Look
that.
at that.
So,
Miss Kern,
Miss Curran,
hey, kids want to draw some
just-
cartoons?
she just won an art grant.
I heard that.
So she got all the folks in the world that could really do some really good stuff. So
We might have to look into that.
there you go, Miss Curran.
We've considered
This
a
is you.
crossword puzzle because people have actually asked for the crossword puzzle. But so you got like lots of like money
Well,
kind of cool things going on
Yeah,
with the kiddos.
a lot of items on my list. Yes, indeed. Did you have anything? Are we ready for? We going to hit the list? Did you have anything?
Well, I
else?
did want to remind everyone, stay to the end because Allie sang our
Sing.
new
Sing.
Sing.
Allie, sing.
Sing.
Well,
Allie.
when you're from Oklahoma, yes, it's probably sang.
Okay.
Kind of like straying, stuff like that. But when she says it, it's Allie sing.
Okay. Well, when we get there, you'll learn how to say it right. But anyway, Allie, the new Hennessey High School basketball coach, will be
Girls.
here. Really, really nice gal, and man, she's fired up. She's gonna get
She's
some
a
stuff
dandy.
done. And so stay to the end, and we can meet Allie.
She would be the Hennessey Post of high school girls basketball around here. That's
Yeah.
the quality that she is.
Yes.
So.
Yep. I'm excited to see what she's going to bring.
Yep.
I saw her at the scrimmage the other day, and she's a stomper. She stomps her feet.
Yep.
Well, with big high heels.
Yes.
It's really interesting to watch.
Yes. Maybe she has ankles. So. Yeah,
right.
she's intense.
So what's cooking?
Well, I'll just start at the top since, again, in the amazing Hennessey Post, all about Hennessey Post, we talked about the art grant that Miss Curran
Yep.
received, and she has done that multiple times. She's done a really, really good job with that, and turns out some really cool stuff from the art program.
Beth is a very talented photographer also. She actually helps us. She's kind of one of our stringers and
Right.
helps us when we can't get somewhere or to a game or whatever.
Right.
And
Have I mentioned there's some really talented folk in the Hennessey area?
not lately.
Not lately, not for
Yeah.
a week anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, that was in the newspaper, but it was also something I wanted to touch on and congratulate her and tell her to keep up the good work. And also, our student council won a OASC Gold Chapter Award.
That's kind of a big deal.
It seems to be, absolutely. So again, just a couple things that were happening at the school over the last couple weeks that are very noteworthy. Something else that we've been looking forward to and we've been working with for a long time is that we have, again, another outstanding organization in the Hennessey Educational School Foundation. And they were going through and giving out their grant awards. They do that annually. And since 1992, the last 28 years, they have given away $262,704. And here's the kicker, 19 cents. You would have thought $262,704 would be
That's
enough.
just not enough.
19 cents.
And 19, it's like change
Yes,
back.
It is.
And so what is that? What is how do you get that? And what's all that about?
So the Hennessey Educational School Foundation is a foundation operates here in Hennessey, and it functions to help Hennessey public schools, and that's the grants go to teachers. The teachers will submit grants, and they'll go through the Hennessey Educational School Foundation, HESF for short. We'll go through and view those and approve or disapprove them. And then they'll make that award to the teacher, and it's equipment, materials, supplies that the teachers use in their classrooms. But here's the great thing. If you want to donate to someplace locally, and you want it to stay here and be for our kids, this is the place.
Wow.
And we had
See, I heard of it before, but I really didn't know what it was.
Yeah, you need to investigate that a little bit more, because one of the things that they were able to do was there was a gentleman in town, Ray Kokajon. He passed, and he had a trust set up that he left a fair sum of money to the Hennessey Educational School Foundation, and they administer the distribution of those grants to those funds to the school. So, if you wanted to leave that as a memorial at or other way that you would like to have be remembered, this is an organization that you can leave those funds to, and they'll do a really good job. And again, it stays right here. I know we'd like to help everybody in the world.
Well, you
but
give
this
money
is-
to all these organizations, and it
Right.
goes somewhere else. You don't ever know really where it went.
Yeah,
Huh.
we give, Cindy and I give a lot to different charities, and it's really good ones. And the effect, though, is not felt as specifically to Hennessey as the HESF would be. So again, a great organization. Joe Elaine Matusik kind of ramrods that, and there's several local business folks and education folks that are on that, and it's just an outstanding organization to be associated with, and they do tremendously good work for the area.
Awesome.
So that we those grants, I don't think they have. I don't think we've set up a way to distribute because of the COVID, not having a lot of folks in and out. Usually they would have a big to do and announcement, and so we're kind of working through how they want to deliver those grant notifications.
Let us know, because we could probably help spread the word without
Okay.
all the contact stuff. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
When we figure out what we're going to do, I'll send you and Barb that information.
okay,
So one of the things we did this morning. Now this is how confident I am that we will not be closing school. Is we're going to order the stage for graduation.
I heard that.
So
Yes,
that means we're going to get our order in ahead of time, because I think that when we get to the end of the year, everyone's going to realize we're going to be able to do graduations and do all that, and so we may not get what we want. We're going to go ahead and order it now because we're going to be in school till that length of time. Maybe we have a kiddo or two miss and have to attend virtually or something like that. But we're going to have a in-person graduation.
God, if you didn't see last year's, it was pretty amazing.
Well,
to see the
didn't.
dome, when the dome is at the Eagle Event Center, when it's
yes.
dressed up,
Yeah.
it looked cool. All those white chairs, and it presented really well.
I think one of the things that was very instrumental in it looking like actually you were at a graduation and not at a ball game that was just attended by a lot of folks in robes, is that the goals move. We take the goals
That's
completely
right. I
out
forgot about that.
of the facility,
And now you just have an arena
Right.
without goals.
and we use carpet on the floor. So it's not a tarp that you obviously just rolled out for this. We actually carpet the floor, and that just changes the demeanor of the building and the attitude of the building to where it serves its purpose pretty well. It did a nice
And it's
job. So.
unless COVID gets in the way, it's like unlimited seating in that building.
Right, about
Yeah.
1,800 actual seats by number. There'd be around 1,800. But then we can use the floor seating. So even if we get to that point, and there's still some concerns. Parents and graduates can sit on the floor, and then everybody else can sit in the stands up and around.
stands part.
Yeah. So again,
Nice. Very
and
cool.
the other deal is it's attached to the auditorium. So if we did need to have overflow, there's the capacity to reach out and combine the two. But what we were doing this morning is getting our COVID plan in place. We took all the lessons we learned during the ice storm, and using those 2 days as COVID days or as virtual days. We're coming up with a plan where students will know when they need to get online, how long they need to be online for it to be counted positive or in attendance, working through the need for chargers. And of course, just as we had it all lined out, the last two sets of Chromebooks for the freshmen and the first graders had a different type of charger. So
It's like getting a new phone. You got to throw away all
Yeah.
your accessories, and now,
So
of course.
we've got to deal with that. But again, we're getting those guidelines in place so we can get that to the parents so they'll know some of the things. We're looking at including an evening office hours, because parents may work from 8 to 5, so they can't be there with their kiddo, and so they'll just need an opportunity to check in. So we're including a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of feedback from parents on the needs and the concerns that they might have had and the conflicts they were experiencing in the
Well, not that I'm
signing
looking
on, so.
forward to a snow day or something we can try it out again, but I'm sure there will be some opportunities to.
Absolutely, and this is really more of a quarantine situation than an actual going full virtual.
Not the whole school, but
Right. And
different.
And it may be the whole school
individuals
for
and
like 2 weeks, maybe, or for the whole school for a day. But it would not necessarily be shut down for the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
That would be a different solution.
I had a question on that. Is that now you're closing for Thanksgiving break? Is that like a week or something?
1 week, yes.
Okay. Are you coming back between Christmas and Thanksgiving? Or
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're just doing that 1 week closure of
Yeah, just the normal. Well, but that's
normal schedule.
We close for a week at Thanksgiving anyway.
Right.
So that it's just a normal break, and we'll be back. We're taking some precautions that we're going to go ahead and move testing up, our NWEA testing, because that way, if something were to happen, we would be able to get that done. If we needed to start Christmas a week earlier, there were some adjustments we needed to make. We could then make those without affecting the assessment window.
Because I know some universities are closing for Thanksgiving and not coming back till January.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I thought you were staying on schedule.
Yeah, well, again, school. From my point of view, school is the safest place for kids to be when their parents are off working and doing the things they have to do.
Sure.
We've got a lot of eyes on them. We feed them. We just do a lot of things. And again, you'd hope that they were at home and safe and sound and all that, but it's just not possible to be that way always.
Sure.
We try to meet that need. So the other thing that there's been some interest in is the walking track, up at the top.
When the event center was under construction, that was my number one question. Whenever I did one of those shows, we're going in shows. When's the track? How does it work? Can we? What are the hours? And so you have news.
I do.
Okay.
Walking track news. So we have interviewed the student interns.
Okay.
And how we're going to keep this open is we are using student interns, and as part of their individualized career something, that we have an internship program, and so these students would work as interns, keeping the walking track available of an evening. We're going to start off Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 9. 9:20, somewhere in there, and they're about 10 hours a week. And it's just the walking track. The gym floor is not available.
So you have to come straight in and straight up.
Right.
Okay. And there is an elevator.
There is an elevator. There's stairs on both sides. And the
restrooms are on the first floor, though.
Yes. Yep. So you could go up the stairs, around, down the stairs, in the restroom.
Yeah,
out
I'd
the
have to
restroom,
about every lap.
Yeah.
Go around.
It's
get
about
out,
a tenth of a mile.
And that just adds like stair work.
That's right.
To your workout.
The glutes that are going to be coming out of that place. But the other thing that the student interns will be there for is we're going to have a lanyard. So if you want to come in early and get a lanyard before you come up and start walking, that would be great. But if you come some evening and start walking, then we'd have you sign in. We need an emergency number. So if you're up walking and you don't feel well, or you tripped over a bleacher, needed an ankle worked on, we would have a number to call. The interns are there for that. They would know. I asked every one of them if they knew the number for 911. Every one of them got it.
There will be a test.
Yes, and they passed. And so the student interns would be there to, again, if you're not feeling well or you need some information, they're there to help you with all that. And then of course they'll lock up, clean up, and that sort of thing.
Explain the lanyard. Is that just letting if you're there during an event, that lets people know what?
So,
or is that when you fall down and pass out, they know what your name is?
There you go. That's the first purpose, is that you have that. Now we don't recommend that you take one of those little chips or anything like they do with dogs and cats.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that might be a little aggressive.
But if you have a lanyard and you're not able to tell us what your number is, then we would be able to call someone to give us some information or come give us some help.
So when you come in to walk, you sign in so they know who's there.
Ticket booth.
Yep.
Right as you come in, that's where the interns will be housed.
Yep.
And so you would sign the sign-in sheet. We know you're there. So we don't want to go out and lock the doors and someone be
good point. Someone's
tying a shoe.
In the restroom. The restroom's enormous if you haven't been in there.
That's right. That you could use that as a walking track in itself.
Pretty much.
If you want to start small and work your way up. So again, but that's starting the week Wednesday after Thanksgiving. Again, if you want to come in and get a lanyard so you can sign your name and get your number and all that stuff on, so you don't have to do that when you come in to walk, that would be fantastic. We
now
come in.
Do you leave the lanyards there, or do you take them home?
Well,
and you really should.
You could. That's a good question. I envisioned them going home, but also
they might not come back.
That's possible. And so maybe we put up a board and hang them to them or something like that. I suppose we could have it either way. I don't think there'd be a big issue. And I would hope that so you would if you wanted to come in and there was a ball game, that we could allow you to go ahead, check out, and walk, and then but you just had to do this, so you can't see any of the game.
That's right, because you have to pay to get in to see the game. So we put blinders on you so you can't watch the game. Okay.
Oh, you can just do your hands. You can just do that. Also, I had an email, some very kind words about the Dome or the Eagle Event Center, but they said we needed to put in some baby changing stations. And
yeah, I noticed they weren't installed yet.
Well,
there was a place for them.
No, yes, but they are installed.
They are
That's
now.
the thing. Well, they have been all along. But they are in the family restroom. I put a sign up today. That's the other thing I had a hard time getting with signs.
They're in that one in the back.
By the concession, yes, and then so by the concession stand.
There's two small. Well, there's only one. One's a public restroom and one's a mother's room.
Yes, that's the name we're calling it. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Okay.
But that's what we called it. So the one is across from the concession stand. There's a family bathroom. Mm-hmm. In that family bathroom, there is a changing station. That would allow it if you're the dad. So you could go in, you would have access to it as well.
Yeah.
We had 4 babies, and I changed every one of them. So that does happen. And then the other one, we have a mother's room in the back corner. It'd be, if you had a square building, it'd be the northwest corner.
Yes.
But it'd be like the northwest curve, where the big overhead door is.
It's I know that back door, back door.
Okay. By the company switch.
Yep.
So, but if you can surely identify one of those things: northwest, big door,
I don't think
company
they
switch.
get the company switch, but don't disregard that.
Yeah. Well,
it's,
if you were
it's in the back
there,
of the building. I know where it is.
If you were through there, you'd go, oh, there's the company switch, and you'd know. You wouldn't have to see the door or the curve. But that is set up for mothers and babies to be back in there where they can do all sorts of things that mothers and babies need to do.
Right, little bitty babies. I'll let you put the pieces together.
Right, and there's a baby changing station in there, though.
There's no running water in there, though, is there?
There is running water.
Oh, there is now.
Well, not right now because it's off. But when you turn it on, yes, there is running water. So, but there's not a toilet.
There's a sink.
Yes, there's a sink and water. There is no toilet. It's not. So it's not a bathroom. You just would just be.
It's a privacy room for mothers and babies. And
it's got a little lock on it that shows it's in.
There's actually a really cool cushy chair in there.
Really nice chair, a nice little end table. It's a little less Jimmy than like it than what you would expect in a room in a gym. But again,
and we'll give Mike credit for that because that was supposed to be a closet, and Mike thought.
Well, I don't know about that.
That might be a good place for a mother's privacy room.
Well, if you think about it, if we really have an event center, it's not just where you're going to be there for a 2-hour game and then you're gone.
Sure.
We could have the coming out party for the Hennessey Post, and you might have a big trade show.
And we have thousands of people show up for that.
Yes. Yeah. And so you have a big trade show about other people in their newspapers, and then you might be there all day. You might be there for a weekend.
Good point.
And you would then need that access to that facility because we again are having events, not just activities in there.
Awesome.
So there are. Thank you so much for the lady that brought that to my attention, so we could get that information out because it's just that no one knew where they were.
Well, I was looking for them like in the men's and ladies' room, and they weren't there.
But you are right. There was a place for them, but one of the things we really pushed on the restrooms was that people could get in and out. It didn't take a long time, and where those would be placed, it was
in a traffic area.
Yes, it would be uncomfortable. Who wants to see babies being changed?
Sure.
I mean, it's a wonderful event, but you just don't want to see a lot of it. And so this takes care of both situations.
Good.
At the same time. And do you have anything else you need to interject?
No, I think I'm good.
We good to go?
Yep.
Okay. So the next thing, school lunches. There have been less than glowing reviews for the last month or so over the school lunches. I don't know if you've heard.
No.
Okay, yeah, it hasn't been what we have been used to serving our kiddos. But we had a nice meeting with OPA folks. They're very responsive. They're outstanding, and if they're not,
this is the contractor that runs the school program.
Perfect, exactly.
Yes.
They're the food service provider, absolutely. And if they don't behave in the appropriate way, Rita's right there. Rita Huntsberger.
Don't mess with Rita.
No. And so we are phasing the school lunches back in where we offer the multiple selections. The salad bars are back out. I know they're going out in a controlled manner, so that they may not all be out till after we get back from Thanksgiving. So if you go in like tomorrow and you don't see everything out, it's because they just haven't got it yet.
Gotcha.
We're trying to phase it in over a couple week period to see how it affects things. You know, because we changed our length of the meal time to get fewer kids in the cafeteria at the same time and some things like that. So we have to try it, see how it works, adjust if we need to, and then add the next thing. But again, that started this week, and we'll continue when we get back from Thanksgiving. And the week when we get back, everything should be implemented at that time.
Nice.
So
Okay.
again, back to the multiple choices, back to the salad bar, the fruit bar, all those things that everyone really enjoyed. Those will be back.
Well, that made the difference between, before
Absolutely.
and after now. So good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, very responsive. You know, we quizzed them a lot about are they doing things different? Were they using different ingredients? You know, what was it? But they seemed like everything should be like it was before, but it just wasn't. So they're checking it out. They're on top of it, and they're going to address it.
Short detour. We were on a big production in Houston last week, and we stay at Hampton Inns. That's sort of like our benchmark, and we like them because they're well maintained and they have a great breakfast.
Okay.
Well, so the first morning, we come down ready for our breakfast. Everything's roped off. And the guy at the counter hands me this little box that he took out of the refrigerator, a little brown box. And he says, "You've got to go eat this in your room. You can't eat it out here." So I go up to the room, and inside the box are 2 hard-boiled eggs. Well, I don't do eggs. So a hard bagel that wasn't cut yet and no knife.
Okay.
A thing of cream cheese for the bagel, and some
Still no knife.
orange drink.
Yeah.
And that was it. So that's
So-
I can understand how the kids are feeling with this. Yeah.
Are you changing flagships?
Well,
Or are you giving them an
I never
opportunity?
comment. I never get online and comment, and I left them kind of a stern little. We're going to have to look at another franchise. And
Stern letter to follow.
yeah, and they haven't responded yet, so we'll see what they do. If they respond and give me like a month's worth of free rooms, we might consider going back.
So do you go on? Where did you respond? Did you go on Yelp? Or-
They sent me a survey. How was
Okay.
your stay? Oh, great opportunity. So I responded to that.
Well, yeah, Jack. But if it's their survey, what do you think it ever sees the light of
Yeah,
day?
no, I'm going to have to get on the actual.
You have to get on
public,
Yelp.
public,
and,
and the
yes,
Yelp one.
and,
Yes.
And you might warn them.
Warn others.
Give them a head. Give the Hampton Inn of Houston a heads up that
Yep.
if there's not an appropriate response to my
Well,
survey,
and I generally I try to keep it narrow and not go all
Right.
off mental on them and just state the facts and things like that. But the
I think
room was nice. The hotel was nice. It was just that that part wasn't working.
yeah.
And
Well, and I'm sure again they're trying to do the best they can.
certainly they're
in a
short
COVID
staffed. I
environment.
mean, I think Renee, my executive producer, and I were like the only ones in this 5-story hotel. The place was empty. So anyway,
Very nice. Well, I'm sorry to hear you had a less than enjoyable
it was
trip.
okay.
But you got the job done.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got to
Good.
work on. We were working around barges
Right.
and rail cars and things like that right on the Gulf. We were right on the
Very
water and watching the tugboats go by. It was pretty cool. We were in Texas, but we could see Louisiana just like right there.
Okay, so you're up in the northeast part.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. Pretty neat.
Okay. Well, I got one last thing, and
Okay.
then the donors choose. Again, remember this is considered the giving
It's an
season.
amazing program.
Mr. Courtney, are we allowed to mention him by name? Well, we did best, so it'd be all
Yeah,
right to mention
Patrick
Patrick.
Courtney. He's the guy that does the all the live videos and stuff. That guy works hard. He's
He does.
after hours and late at night at football games, struggling with technology and. Yep.
Yeah, he puts a lot of effort, and he coaches golf.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He's
Yep.
a golf, not golf, but golf
Right.
coach. That's Mr. Courtney. But he got a really nice DV camera, about $3,800 cameras. He said, "Oh, that's what it was turned in."
In fact,
he
I was
got
in
that-
Houston, and he sent me a text message with a picture of it, and it was all caps. Look what I got.
Yeah,
I thought, oh,
yeah.
oh, okay.
But through donors choose.
Yep.
And again,
Cost
this
no
is-
money.
Right.
Yeah, and it was how much? Like $3,800.
$3,800.
$3,800. Yeah.
And that's the thing about this time of year. there are a lot of folks who use this to make donations so they can get a tax deduction and a tax credit, and you can do that through Donors Choose. You help out the kids, the teacher, the school, and the teachers, because the teachers will get, like Mr. Courtney will get a stipend of 25% of that amount, so pretty close to $1,000 stipend for doing that. But the school gets a $3,800 camera for $1,000, and it's something he wanted and something he'll use, so we know it'll be put to good use because the teachers went out and worked to get it.
While we're on Patrick, I wanted to address something. When you were watching football here, it was relatively easy for Patrick to do live stream. So Patrick Courtney, the school, what's he, the broadcast teacher? Is that what his title is?
I don't have any idea.
Something like that.
Mr. Courtney.
Broadcast teacher. And him and his crew of students produce that. And so when they're at the dome or at the football field, it's relatively easy to get a signal out, and then All About Hennessey shares it to our 8,000 or 10,000 followers and get it out farther for him.
Right.
When he travels, it's really, really hard because a lot of the places we go don't have good internet, or they tell him they do, and when he gets there, it's not the case. And so when there's an away game,
breakfast.
like the breakfast, when there's a away game, it really amps up how hard it is to get you the signal. So we work with him regularly on trying to help, suit that up. And
he was at Kellyville. He made that trip.
He did.
And so
he did.
He's not afraid to travel. He is not afraid to work hard.
He goes
for
where
kids.
the team goes. He usually is not far behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Is that all
So
you
again,
got?
Donors Choose. Get on there. Look for Hennessey, and again, it's a great place to.
There's a link
make
in the
donation.
description of this video to check that out, and you go in and you search Hennessey, and you can see all of the teachers that are asking for help.
And you can kind of refine your searches on the left-hand side. But again, if you go in and you look for the town of Hennessey, it brings up all the schools, and then all the teachers are listed under that.
Very nice.
So that's all I got, Jack.
Well, stay tuned. We're going to have Allie here in just a minute.
Worth the wait.
We're going to learn all about our new girls basketball coach. Be sure to head over to allaboutHennessey.com and sign up for your free edition of the Hennessey Post. And we're back! And I have our special guest today, the brand new Hennessey girls basketball coach, Allie Sang. Did I say that right?
You did.
All right. I practiced. We're cheating. And Allie is an Enid native?
I am, yep. Grew up in Enid. I went to Enid High, so yes, I am from around here.
Just up the road.
Yes.
Very cool. And you graduated at OSU?
OU.
OU.
Actually, excuse me. I went to OU, graduated from UCO.
Okay.
Yep.
Very, very cool. And we have lots of Hennessey people going to UCO. And then your first coaching job was at Chisholm?
Yes, so I spent the last 2 years as the basketball assistant at Chisholm, and this is my first head coaching job is here at Hennessey.
Awesome. In the dome.
In the dome.
Ooh, so the first, that's something that'll be on a plaque somewhere.
Actually, I feel blessed to have a facility like that here at Hennessey is pretty awesome.
It's pretty amazing for anywhere, not just somewhere like Hennessey.
Absolutely.
That's very cool. And I understand you're a golf, I won't say fanatic, but you golf a lot.
I do golf a lot. Yes, I played college golf. Played at Enid, obviously, and I work at Oakwood Country Club in Enid. So yeah, golf is something I love to do in my spare time and of that nature. So yeah.
Well, it's fortunate we got someone that's from the area and is familiar with, for the most part, our small town and things like that. So that's cool because a lot of our coaches come from a long way away or another state even. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And now you're not coaching the 5th and 6th grade program, right?
I am not. So we have parents are leading our 5th and 6th grade program. That was taken out of the school, but we do have a 7th and 8th grade that I'm kind of helping out with, overseeing. Coach Streck, my assistant for the high school, is the head coach there, but I'm helping out when I can, and yeah, it seems to be going well so far.
That's very cool. And now I understand your junior high team did really well this week, or is it last week?
Yes, last night, which was
Oh,
Tuesday.
last night.
Yes, Tuesday
Okay.
night. we played Cashin and got the win. So it was a really good win for the girls.
What was the score?
And we won by 25 to 24, I believe. Yeah.
A nail biter.
It was. Yeah, Katie Kennedy hit a free throw at the end to put us ahead. And so that was good. They were excited. We play La Mega actually tomorrow night, Thursday nights.
And that's a tournament, right?
Yep, it's in the semifinals, and we play La Mega at La Mega High School. So
wow.
So we're excited for our junior high.
I'm not sure if they're going to be broadcasting those games, but if not, we'll make sure we get scores for you. Yeah, very cool. Now, your high school team, you've got some hurdles this year. You've lost some seniors. You lost a very important senior last year.
We did Sky. Sky Schovanec, I believe, handled the ball a lot. She was a point guard, very nice player. And so we have some big shoes to fill on finding who can handle the ball for us. But we've got several that are doing a really good job so far. So we're excited about that.
Very, very cool. So what do we got to look forward to? I mean, what's your pros and cons and things you're working on?
Right. We're working on just working hard every play. Not taking any plays off is a big thing, and having a good attitude. Those are kind of the two things that we are focusing on. And because I told the girls, if they do those two things well, then it's hard for me to get mad at them, really. Because I told them, when someone has a good attitude and they're always working hard, I have a hard time getting mad at that kid. So
and Allie, I can't show you, but she has heels on like that high, and she's famous for stomping her foot. So
I am a little bit of a stomper, yeah. So I'm gonna have to probably work on that. I shouldn't do that, but I try to get their attention with it.
Well, it's better than throwing chairs and
That's
things
right.
like that. Sure.
Exactly. Yeah, I can pull a Bob Knight and throw a chair. Yeah.
Okay. I think our chairs are like all screwed together, so it's really hard to pull them apart. And now your very first game, official high school game, is when?
December 1st, we play Fairview, and we get to start out in the Dome. So that's going to be really exciting.
All right. Yep. That's like your premier debut game gets to be against a good rivalry even, and in our Dome.
Yeah.
So you were telling me before we started that the facility is pretty amazing, that you just learned about it as you applied for the position. And
yeah, when I applied for the position, I actually got on Facebook and was kind of looking up some Hennessey stuff and ran into your page all about Hennessey, where I saw the video of the making of the Dome. And it was just incredible. It was just like, wow, that's really cool. And it was just a bonus, obviously. I applied for the job previous to that, so I really didn't even know that was part of it. And so, yeah, really cool to stumble upon that and see that. So, and what you do is incredible too. Just, you're a huge asset to this town.
Thank you.
So, yeah,
it's a lot of fun. I like, doing like you. I thrive on feedback. Yeah. And if you're getting good positive feedback, which we get all the time.
Same here, by the way.
Yeah, that it helps you keep moving forward. And then, of course, in your position, the ultimate bonus as your first full-time coach is to work in such an amazing facility for the first time.
Right.
It hasn't been used for anything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what I told the girls. They have an opportunity to kind of set the standard at the Dome, and it's a new place. And
be known as the team.
Exactly. A new start for everybody. So I think we're excited about that.
Very, very cool. Well, awesome. Is there anything else you want to throw out there and let people know about what your plans are? Or who's your assistant coaches?
Yes, Frances Streck is assisting me, and she's amazing. She's really helped me out a lot, getting to know everybody. So she's going to be somebody.
She's a lifer. She's been around and knows everybody.
That's what I've heard. She knows everything. She's the famous person around here.
Yeah.
I think she went to state maybe all 4 years, I think, or 3 of the 4 maybe.
Yep.
In her high school career, and she was a great player. So she's a huge asset to our team and to me as a coach. She's awesome. So I'm glad I have her on board. So, yeah.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Well, I am excited and will be there for December 1st. And I know that game will be broadcast. We will be broadcasting that one.
Okay.
And I think most of the basketball games are going to be broadcast. I think where we can't broadcast them is when you get into playoffs, then we have to pay to do that, but we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to get you to where you can see the games if you can't travel or you don't want to get out because the COVID
Right.
thing. So that's affecting all of us. Well, Allie, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And remember to jump on allaboutHennessey.com and subscribe to the All About Hennessey Post newspaper. And we'll catch up with you next week. Thanks for watching.